I'm in Tokyo right now, which I didn't know. If you had asked me 7 days ago where I was going to be today, I would not have said Tokyo, but that's where I am. Long story short, some friends of mine have a little net label here called Trekkie Tracks, and every year they do this big annual anniversary party. And I've always wanted to go, but it's always been too last minute, or I couldn't make it, or tickets were too expensive. And this year it's their 6th anniversary, and it's happening tonight. So I pretty impulsively bought these round trip tickets to Tokyo. But the gimmick, the hook here, is that none of the Trekkie Tracks guys know that I'm in Japan right now. Kind of nobody does. I haven't really talked about it on social media, which has been hard, like withholding the compulsion to post everything I'm seeing and doing in the 36 hours I've already been here has been hard, but I'm doing it all in service of this big elaborate joke, which I'm going to explain right now. So there's this one guy who I love in Trekkie Tracks named Cola Splash. And one of the things about Cola Splash that's really interesting is that he's a very mysterious dude. His identity is completely anonymous. Every time he plays in public, he wears like this super elaborate disguise of like sunglasses and a towel and a bandana, and you just can't tell who he is. And one of my long-running inside jokes with the Trekkie Tracks guys is there was a rumor at one point that I was Cola Splash, which doesn't make sense for a lot of reasons, but it's a funny idea, right? So what I'm doing tonight, because it's also Halloween, right? And because this party is a costume party, I figured what I would do is come to Japan, not tell them, dress in a perfect replica of Cola Splash's outfit, and just show up with no explanation. So I don't even know if I'm gonna end up posting this. I just wanted to make this video just in case to kind of chronicle this very expensive elaborate prank that I'm doing to make like 5 of my friends in Japan happy. We'll see how it goes. I already have 3/4 of the costume. I went to Don Quixote last night and bought sunglasses. I bought a bandana at Party City before I left America. I already have a hat and I already have the shirt, so it's just gonna be a full black, can't tell who I am thing. We'll see how long it takes them to figure it out. I'll try to film it once I'm in there, but yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Ugh, I'm nervous. All right, okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, looks like Cola Splash? Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah,
How's it look?
it's great.
All right, I'm right around the corner. I don't want to get spotted, so I'm going to put the costume on now, see if they let me in as a completely unrecognizable person. I have my passport, so that might help. I don't know how it's going to go, but I got to throw this on because I don't want any of my friends to recognize me, so bear with me. All right, I had to take off my mask to get through security, but I'm in. Got my drink ticket. Going up to the 5th floor right now to Lounge Neo. I've already seen 2 people I recognized, but they didn't recognize me, which felt crazy. Let's see how this goes. I just walked past Seimei. It's like the door slid open and it was him. And we both walked past each other. And then stopped, and I turned around and looked at him over my shoulder, and he did the same thing to me. Also, this mask is falling, so... Oh my god. What's my name? What's my name? I feel like the move is to try to get photos with them before they realize it, just to give myself an objective. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I don't know if you can tell. Let's see how this goes. Cheers. I have to like take this like bendy straw and like weave it under my bandana. So at this point I'm getting pretty cocky because none of my friends have recognized me yet. The disguise is working, so I decided to go back onto the dance floor, find my buddy Seimei who runs this label, and ask him if I can take a photo and just say that I'm a big fan. And just to see if he'll see through the disguise, right? For reference here, Seimei lived in America for 2 years. That's how we met. Like, we've been friends for an extremely long time. We know each other very, very well. So I'm legitimately concerned he might instantly see through it as soon as he hears my voice. So I asked him to take a photo with me. He does it and does not know that it's me, which is like insanely gratifying. It feels like I'm like playing Hitman or something. It's like ridiculous. So at a certain point, I decide enough is enough, and I wait for the perfect opportunity to reveal my identity to him, and this is how it goes. Seimei!
Who are you? Oh! What the? Oh! What?
What's up? Come here.
What the?
It's a surprise. Yeah, I came just for this show.
Dude! You're the pro, bro.
Yeah, you didn't know it was me?
Hey, like, come down. I gotta add like one more person.
Okay, I'll come with you. Doesn't know either. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
You should keep it. You
Yeah,
should keep
here.
it.
I'll put that. You hold this?
Dude, oh my god. Really?
Yeah.
How do you keep that like secret? Like,
It was hard. I didn't post anything on the internet.
crazy.
I just secretly been in Japan for 2 days.
Oh my
Is this
god.
a third
Yeah. That's a home floor actually.
Oh, okay.
H1 Street's playing.
Oh, Avon
Carpenter's
Street.
playing, like Cold Splash, of course.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
Such a prank, bro.
such a prank, bro.
Oh my god. You did a perfect prank, bro.
Perfect
But
prank.
I was like, I was almost
I was
like
what were you thinking? Were you like, why? who
Okay,
is this?
so yeah, I was like maybe someone I know.
Right.
So I was almost
But
saying.
you could tell I was not Japanese though, because you were
Yes.
speaking English to me.
Yes.
So you were like,
Yeah, I thought like there's an American guy like came to Japan and he's really loved Cold Splash.
yeah. Well, you're
That's
right.
you, that's you.
That's true. That's exactly what happened. So, having finally made the reveal to Seimei successfully, I might add, I now had an ally in this, right? So the obvious next step was to enlist Seimei's help and go make the reveal to the real Cola Splash himself. So that's the very next thing we did.
Video. He said like a no tagging, please.
Oh, okay. At this point, we just proceeded to go one by one through all of my friends at this party and surprise each of them individually, which was insanely gratifying. Splash! It's a surprise! I'm Cola Splash! I was thinking, who is the other Cola Splash? No, I'm the real Cola Splash. He's the other Cola Splash. He's fake Cola Splash. But they actually had a surprise in store that I was not aware of that made the whole thing 10 times better.
Okay, you coming to our stage tonight?
Okay.
Yeah, because we are
We're doing same thing.
Wait,
four people, tricky trucks, correct.
Tricky Tracks crew wearing
Yeah.
the same shit.
Cola Splash?
Yeah, and the
What? So in case you missed that, what the Tricky Tracks crew just told me is that they all came prepared that night, without my knowledge, with perfect Cola Splash costumes, like the bandana, the hoodie, the hat, the whole thing. And they invited me to go on stage with them also wearing the Cola Splash costume at the very end of the night at 4:30 a.m., which is when the show wrapped up and when they performed together as one big crew. And it just everything about this could not have gone more perfectly. I feel like it was just such a weird confluence of fate that they also were kind of doing the same bit I was doing. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is the point of the night where my memory of it starts to get a little bit blurry. There was a lot of drinking involved. At one point, I definitely fell asleep backstage for like 5 or 10 or 15 minutes. But yeah, I'm going to do my best to piece together how the rest of the night went from here using a combination of what I remember and the videos I have. So bear with me.
Cola.
Korewa.
Cola.
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 Cola Splash.
This is cola.
This is Cola. Okay.
We go to the stage
Okay.
after copy the cut of the song.
Okay. Pretty weird feeling being on stage dressed as Cola Splash with like 5 other Cola Splashes all identically dressed at the same time. It could have been more surreal, especially this part. It was an intensely surreal but very, very cool night. And before I knew it, I was on the elevator, out of the club, back on the streets of Shibuya at like 5:30, 5:45 in the morning, right after the trains had started running, because that's usually when a lot of these clubs let out. And I was just on my way back to my Airbnb. And as I watched the subway cops try to jostle people back to consciousness who had passed out on the train, and made my way back to my Airbnb, I couldn't help but feel like this mission was successful. Like, yeah, it took a lot of effort to come to a foreign country, not let anyone know you're there, build out a disguise, and then surprise each of my friends individually. But it also just felt good to finally get to go to one of these anniversary parties, support some of my favorite musicians in the process, and just genuinely surprise the hell out of a few of my friends. So, yeah. Weird video, I know, but I wanted to share this with somebody because it was something I poured a lot of effort into, and I felt like I needed to salvage some content from it somehow. But I hope you enjoyed at least some of this process. If you want to hear more of Trekkie Tracks, which I can't implore you enough, it's a very, very rewarding net label to follow. Almost all of their music is up on Spotify, even in America. They've also got a YouTube channel where they upload recaps of some of their shows, including this one. So I've got a link right here to look at the official Trekkie Track 6th anniversary recap if you want to see it shot on a nice camera. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.